Welcome back to Seasons Cleanings. I am Shanna Von Kay, your cleaning lady and host of today's episode, and we are here as a cleaning talk show to help you solve all of your cleaning questions. Not only are they your cleaning questions, but they're also my cleaning questions as well. We are going to bring in the experts. I will teach you everything I know, and together we are going to make our cleaning questions simple and find great techniques, products, and solutions to answer all of those questions that we do have. I said questions a lot, so just remember that's what this show is based around. Today's episode, we are actually wrapping up our mini binge cleaning series that we have done. It is something we did about a year ago on our YouTube channel, so you can go there and you can check it all out. It's all on there. But what we're gonna do is actually wrap it up today. We did day 1 and day 2, and we also did day 3 and day 4. And now we are gonna get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you, because you can head over to our YouTube and check out the whole series. There's actually 11 videos. It was meant to be 8. So I will explain that just briefly so you know why we're skipping a few of them. In the last 2 episodes, we did day 1 and day 2. Just to recap, that was a pro's #1 choice on a disinfectant and all things disinfectant and cleaner solutions. And then we did day 2, which was how to disinfect your home after being, if someone in the home was sick, which was very useful and can pretty much help anyone year round. But again, this is all hitting around the same time as COVID, but we actually designed it for the flu and then switched to COVID, because at the end of the day, it is all the same as far as cleaning. Then what we did was a disinfect on your electronics, which is super satisfying. I really enjoyed making that one. And we did a disinfectant on how to make some disinfectant wipes and disinfectant Germex, which was really popular, but just to refresh you, we went ahead and put that on those. So you can check those out on our YouTube channel. Today we're gonna get into day 6, one of them, day 7 and day 8. So not day 8, day 9. So what we did was day 6, which happens to be my favorite episode. Out of all the ones that we've done this far, I just find it to be my favorite. And I don't know why, because it's just funny, I guess. Day 6, which we are about to show you, is on how to protect yourself outside of your home. We did this around the same time of March of last year when COVID first hit, so it's a little extreme, but it's also very helpful in keeping germs away, and it is my favorite. So we will go ahead and show you that now, and stick around, because after that, we've got 2 more quick videos for you. One of them being how to clean a fridge, which happens to be another one of my favorite videos. Okay, I'm going to the store to get supplies. And if I don't make it back, I really need you guys to take care of each other. I love you. Goodbye. Oh, well, hello there. Today is day 6 of our mini binge cleaning series. I wanted to show you how to protect yourself outside of your home if you need to go get groceries or go to the bank. Here's a few tips for you. #1, disinfect frequently touched surfaces in your vehicle. FTS is frequently touched surfaces. You'll see that throughout my videos. The outside of your handles on all of your doors need to be disinfected, especially the ones that get used. If you don't have any family members, you can probably get away with just yours. The inside of all of the handle doors, repeat on all 4. And it's important to get the door handle and controls and knobs and all those little thingamabobs right there that you do frequently touch, especially now that we're using our drive-through. We are rolling our window up and down. Then you want to get the steering wheel and really give this a lot of attention, because your fingers are running all around that as you're turning. And I do want to point out that we will be going live for part 2, so go down to the description below to get the details. Get all of your handles, the blinker, the windshield wiper, turn signals. We have a touch screen, so we want to get that, but anything where you control your music or your volume, knobs, and then the shifter, you absolutely want to get this. This is very important. And any of the other places around that you would use cup holders. Your seat belt is very important. You do want to get this as well. and go all the way up with it and everything that your fingers would touch. Number 2, gloves. If you're going out because you need to go get some things for your home, prescriptions, groceries, or you have to go to the bank, I'm going to wear gloves like these. Isn't this so fashionable, but also safe? And when you get home, you just take them off, put them in a little grocery bag, and keep these around for running your errands. Number 3, public restrooms. Hey, we've got gloves, we're safe. You don't have gloves? Back it up, back it up, back it up. Then when going into the restroom, remove your gloves after you've locked it. I put them in a little bag in my purse.
15 minutes later.
After you're finished, keep your gloves off until you've gone to the sink and washed your hands really, really well. I have a question as I wash my hands. Do you get your hands wet first before you put the soap on? Or do you put the soap on and then get your hands wet? I am curious. What do you guys do when washing your hands? Oh, and do you have the 20-second song that you sing? I don't. Wash your hands. Grab your towel. Don't forget your belongings. Then use your paper towel to open the door. And now you can put your gloves right back on. Number 4, drive-through. All right, so I really don't know how to explain this very well, but if you are going through a drive-through, say the bank or a fast food, anytime that you get in your car, you do want to take the gloves off, and I would put them in my side door or anywhere you want, and then that way your hands are clean inside of your car, and you're not taking the dirty gloves and touching the steering wheel. So anytime you enter into your car, just take the gloves off, and just to be safe, go ahead and do the hand sanitizer. I'm gonna skip it because my hands are perfectly clean right now. So here's my suggestion: when you go to the bank and they give you the, I don't know what it's called, but the tube, it goes through the tube and then it comes to you. Well, so many people are touching that. I was in line at the bank the other day. It took like 30 minutes, and that time I thought, how many hands were going through and touching that? So my suggestion is, if you have some gloves to put on, go ahead and put them on. If you don't have gloves, however, what I would suggest that you do is as soon as you pull up to the drive-thru, have all of your money, this is what they give me, but have your credit card or your checks or anything that you need ready to go in your lap. And then as soon as you pull up to the drive-thru, you'll click the button with your hands. Now you've touched a button that everybody else has touched. So you touch the button, and then they say, what do you need? And you say, I'd like to pull out my $100,000 that I just got paid. Just kidding. But you push that button, and then keep your hands together and wait for them to send that thing out. When they do, you'll grab it, put whatever you need in, send it back, push that button, put your hands back together. Because you do not want to be touching your steering wheel or playing on your phone unless you're willing to disinfect those afterwards, which you could do that too. However, I just kept them like this, waited. Usually when I'm waiting in line, I'm like playing on my phone or checking my social media, or I'm making notes over and what I need to do that day, or making a call. But in this case, I just, you know what, say a little prayer for everybody that's going through the coronavirus right now and their families that are being affected. But keep your hands together. Then they send it back out. They're like, here you go. And you're like, oh, thank you so much, appreciate it. Put the thing back in, push the button, and then you want to, before you start touching everything, just going through the drive-thru, and then grab your steering wheel and be on your way. Drive safe. Now I know I went from day 4 to day 6. We skipped day 5 because I ended up kind of doing that one for my mom. We made her a 60th video, so you can check that out again on the YouTube if you like. It was a little bit more for entertainment and just to kind of break up cleaning and put back the meaning behind everything, as far as that time that the world just kind of stood still for a second. that it was really good to just kind of have some entertainment and a little bit of showing family and love. And it's one of my another favorite videos, but that's more of a personal video, less of a cleaning video. But day 6, which we just showed you, gets right back into it. And day 7, which I'm about to show you, goes right back into it again, because we are going to show you how to make 2 different cleaners. One is a multi-surface cleaner, and the other one is a, I can't remember, let me peek. Next is on 2 homemade cleaners, an all-purpose cleaner and a multi-surface cleaner. One of these cleaners I use every day. My team uses them. I use them in my own home. I use them in every single one of my houses. It's a must in our caddies. So let's go ahead and share that with you now. Welcome back. It's day 7 of my mini binge cleaning series. So with everybody being stuck at home, our houses are getting used a lot more. Our bathrooms are getting used. We're creating dinner, not just dinner, but lunch and breakfast too. Kids are at home and the mess is coming. And you might be running low on some cleaning supplies. So I thought I would give you 2 DIY cleaning recipes that will be great for cleaning your house during this crisis. Multi-surface cleaner. So you can go from your furniture polish and Windexes and switch to a homemade multi-surface cleaner. You will also save money, and it's safer for your home and family. What you will need is vinegar, essential oil, water, and a spray bottle. You'll first pour in the 1 to 2 parts of vinegar. I'm eyeballing it because this is actually a product I use in my houses. Then I fill the rest up with water. And then I add about 10 to 20 drops of essential oil. All of this can kind of decide on what your preference is. Then I just top it off with the water, put the cap back on, and give it a little shake. And voila! All-purpose cleaner. You can take any of your regular store-bought all-purpose cleaners and switch it for this handmade version, which is exactly what we just made in the first one, but you add Dawn, which is one of my favorite cleaning products. And I, again, am eyeballing it. I use this all the time. I use this one for more kitchens and bathrooms, and the other one I tend to use more for just all over purposes, like your light fixtures and handles and things like that, and your glass and woodwork. Thank you so much for watching. That wraps up day 7. Hello, welcome. I'm going to show you how to clean out your fridge. So before starting, I recommend you make space in your kitchen. That's where I'm going to put all the refrigerator parts that have been cleaned and need to dry. That's a workstation, and your sink should be empty, and there should be a big space for all of your food, which is on my left-hand side there. Then the first step is remove all of the food. I'm not picky on where it goes. I just simply remove it quickly so that I can get to the cleaning process, and I do more of an organization when I'm putting the food back. Plus, I have a few tips and tricks on how to make your food last longer and the right places to store certain foods in your fridge. And also just a couple suggestions to help you not waste any food. Once the food's removed, then you go to the sink and you will grab your sponge and put hot water. And when I say hot, the hotter the better. Hot water is the key to getting a lot of caked on food off. Next, I'm going to go in and I'm going to just show you on the top shelf only how to do a quick clean, which is where you don't take the shelf off. You just clean the shelf directly in the fridge. And I always hit the top part and the walls. Step 2, remove your parts and clean. So I take my parts over to the sink and I start by getting them wet, taking my hot water and dish soap, and I just wash them all off, get all the food off. Every inch of it needs to be cleaned. And I use a toothbrush to get into those crevices to really get any food that's kind of stuck in the cracks. And I have a little hose off my sink that you can pull and use. I'm not a big fan of using those because they spray everywhere and can make a bigger mess. So, like I just did there. So I'm curious if you have one at your house, and if you use it,
Not every house has one, so I've just gotten used to using faucets. Then take it and dry it completely. You want to get all that moisture up. If you're doing it piece by piece and you want to go back in there and hit that section right before you put the shelf in, so you're not cleaning it after the shelf and it goes on to your clean shelf. That just doesn't make any sense. We say top to bottom for that reason. So here's my glass rag. I like to get in there and wipe the shelves down after they've been cleaned. Not only does it get a little bit of extra water that we might have missed, but it also makes them look so pretty and takes some of that fog that you see on there, or the steam. So then we'll do the same thing top to bottom. That's what you see me doing now. Now that I'm at the drawers, I do want to say, pulling things out, you want to take your time. I'm in time lapse, so I'm moving quick, but you really want to take your time. And if something isn't coming out easily, do not force it out. You don't want to break your fridge parts. The bottom of the fridge can be really, really hard because a lot of stuff drips to the bottom. Mine's clean, but I've cleaned many of fridges, and the bottom can be a very tough place. So sometimes what I will do if something's very caked on there, besides getting a scraper to scrape food off, I get the hottest of hot water and I use that and a sponge to keep going back and forth on it. And sometimes it takes me a couple times and I let hot water just soak on there. Then I dry up the hot water and go again. It can be quite a mess. Actually, I recommend you move your rug. Normally I do in my houses, but in my own home, I just am a little bit different. And I can't lie, I really love that rug, and I think I wanted something pretty in the shot so that you could see my decorations. So then after you've gotten all of those, be very gentle with all of these. You do not want to break any of these, especially the glass. But you just go through that and clean them piece by piece. I usually use my sponge, but I love having a toothbrush to get those little spots that you just can't quite get with the sponge. Hot water will really do the trick for most of this. Hot water and Dawn dish soap is my secret weapon, but it's not a secret. Anyway, we just take our time doing piece by piece and rinse all the soap off. Now when it comes to your glass, just take your time and go really slow, but basically right now, the first thing you're doing with your sponge is you're getting up all off of there. We will make it look really pretty. You notice I'm using a blue sponge. Blue is your non-scratch sponge, so that's what you want to go for in everything. So I take the sponge and I fold it over like that so I can get both sides of the glass and also the edges of the glass, because you put those back into the fridge and food can be sitting on there, and I like to get everything. I can't help myself. Then you just rinse off all the soap and then dry. After you've dried everything, you start assembling it. When I assemble things, I like to shut the door a few times just to make sure you got it correctly. The door won't shut if things are in wrong. When cleaning fridges, it can be like a puzzle piece, trying to put things back correctly. I know my fridge pretty well now, but I can get myself in trouble at other people's houses when I take things apart. Sometimes it's tricky putting it back in. Like if you've done that before. Next up, we will work on the drawers, doing one at a time. And I just use hot water and soap and just clean all the inside and the outside, because food can spill down into those drawers or around the drawers. You know how that goes. So clean in and around all of your drawers and then dry them really, really, really well. And we already cleaned the inside and the bottom, so we can go ahead and start putting them right back where they need. And don't forget the door trick, because these ones can be tricky too. All fridges are different shapes and sizes, so sometimes taking things out, putting them in isn't as easy. Step number 6, put all the food back. When you're putting back all the food, it's a good chance to go through everything and get rid of any food that's past its expiration date or smells funky and needs to be tossed out. So I bring the trash close to the refrigerator.
And then I like to go through and really take inventory of what we need. This is a good chance to do this. And I always clean my fridge out, deep clean it, before I'm gonna clean the rest of the house, because you will make a big mess on the floor. And I usually do my quick clean once a week before I get groceries, so I'm putting all of the a day before I get groceries, because then I'm putting all of the new groceries into a clean fridge, and before I go grocery shopping, it gives me a chance to really inventory what I have and what I need, because the bottom of all of your condiments and food can get pretty grimy and gross, so this will help your fridge stay cleaner longer. So when it comes to organizing your fridge, I keep a lot of things toward the back of the fridge to free up space, but also it's colder back there. Anything that needs to get eaten up quickly, like cut onions or vegetables, I put at eye level, and in the front of the fridge, any leftovers go at eye level in the front of the fridge, and I keep vegetables in a bowl. Usually I would grab another one, but it's just barely fits in there. Any of your dairy products go toward the back of the fridge because it's colder there. And leftovers are great to have at the front of the fridge so that people remember and they get eaten up. All of the milk and drinks go on this level just because it's the height. And I always put the about to be done milk in the front and the new milk behind it, so that nobody goes and opens a new one and we have two milk jugs that are open and then one goes bad before the other. So I pulled out my carrots because I wanted to show you a really cool trick. If you leave carrots or grapes, like I have grapes right there sitting in an easy grab area, when you have that habit of going to your fridge for a snack and you grab something that's easy, grabbing grapes is a healthy alternative to snacking. So I keep grapes there from that habit of going to the fridge, grabbing a couple things and leaving. Then I put my deli and my meats and deli meats and cheeses in the crisper, and I put my salads and vegetables in the crisper below that. If you put a paper towel with your lettuce, it will soak up the moisture and it'll keep your lettuce fresh longer. Then at the bottom of the fridge, I keep all my meats because it's the coldest down there, so they'll last a little bit longer. Plus, if there is an accidental drippage, it's not contaminating all my other foods. I keep all of my condiments at the door, and we are gonna go ahead and jump into cleaning the door of the fridge. Let's go.
Now you're going to do the exact same thing with the door, repeating the steps. First, remove all of the food. Then you remove all of the parts, and you go to the sink and you clean them. Then you clean your door and walls and all the parts that won't come off. If you have a hard time getting some of your parts off your fridge, it's better to be gentle and try to get them off than to be forceful or to leave them if you can't get them, because you do not want to break pieces of your fridge. It costs money and it can be kind of a pain to replace them. So just be gentle when you're working with the parts. Then after you've washed it, you want to dry it completely. Normally in my houses, I take all the parts off. I love a fridge because it can look brand new again. After it's all cleaned and dry, we will move to the kitchen sink where we will start cleaning the door shelf bins one by one. Take a toothbrush to get up into the lip of the bin and then rinse them. I'll just do one, and then you'll go and dry them all completely. Air drying helps too if you can, but I don't usually have a lot of time to let things sit in air drying houses, so I've just gotten good at cleaning them and drying them and putting them back. You do want to check the door and make sure you can shut it. If it doesn't shut all the way, then you have the wrong bin in the wrong spot, so you'll have to move them around. It's like a puzzle piece. You don't want to get all of your condiments and food in and then realize the fridge is put in incorrectly and you have to take some things out. Then we will start putting all of the condiments back onto the door and do a really good job of cleaning them. And at this time, I check the expiration dates and kind of make a decision if they need to stay or if they need to go. I think certain things I will let go a little bit longer, like expiration dates on condiments versus more meat. I feel like condiments are the thing to clean. If you clean anything in your fridge, they somehow tend to get the dirtiest because of drippage. And then put everything where it needs to go. Everything in here is customized to me and my family on what we eat, drink, and use on a regular basis, but you need to make it yours and what goes with your family. Now, isn't that beautiful?
I just love a clean fridge. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to ring the bell and give me a like if you liked this video so that I know to make more. So I'm gonna go, but I'm sure I'll be back in a second for a snack. To boost my immune system. Crap, I'll redo that. Man, I just confused myself. Multi-surface cleaner and all-purpose cleaner. Well, they just seem like the same thing. Trending, a new look. It's called our spring. Can you see my hands?
Yeah.
Can you see them now? Can you see them now?
Yep.
Can you see them now?
Nope.
Gotcha. Okay.
Give me a second. Okay, we're rolling.
Just kidding. I will miss Jaden. Okay, scared me. Friends, aren't they so cute? Let's have a little fun with our fashion while we're at it. Okay, I don't know what that was, but. All right, bye, friends. Thank you so much for watching this mini binge cleaning series. We showed you 7 out of the 11 videos. You're more than welcome to go check out the other few, or you can go put it on and watch it anytime because it is on a playlist. All you have to do is just click the play button and put your headphones in, and you can just listen to it the whole entire time while you're cleaning your own house. I know, that's a great tip. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week. We bring out a new video, 2 new videos every single month, and you can check us out on our YouTube channel and at our Instagram or on Facebook. We are here for you to learn together and solve all of our cleaning questions. Thank you and have a great day or night.